Hey, sports fans, I told you we'd do a live one, and here it is. My mom's rolling in tonight, or she's going to roll in tomorrow. So we're going to do a typical family dinner night, and then tomorrow maybe we'll shoot a live video what it's like having the mom around. It's good fun. She's got a lot. She's got more energy than I do. Hey, so for those of you who've come to my home and broken bread before, you know we play taps every night, yank the flag down. It's not an act, so we thought we'd let you guys in on it. Roxanne learned to play the trumpet. She's got my trumpet now, and she plays kind of in the low register. She's been learning to play in the high register. If she's in a good mood, she'll play in the high register. If not, she'll play in the low. So we'll see how she's doing. And then I'll yank the flag down, and we'll come in and cook some steak and make some cappuccino and drink some whiskey. And I'll generally banter back and forth with you guys. So let's go get it done. Hey, sweetie. How you feeling? Are you feeling like the low register or the high register today?
No.
Can you play below?
Hey, Ken.
Oh, hey, hold on, buddy.
Hold up.
You know, I don't run that loose ship around here, for God's sake. Hey, we haven't started playing yet. All right, go ahead, Rock.
A little premature.
Nice job.
Nice, Roxanne.
Good job, Jack. Welcome into the house.
Jared.
What do you do? Ask my fifth general order?
No, he said, ask little Miss Roxy where my stay painting is.
Oh, that's true. You know, she
His
should do that for
$10
him.
commission.
Oh, that's right. I'm going to so bust her balls about that. Her lead time is bigger than my lead time.
Oh my God, that's
how
awesome.
fantastic is that? Hey guys, you know what I'm going to do? Let's start with a little cappuccino. Amy, would you like a cappuccino tonight?
Yes.
You would like a cappuccino? Then I'll make a cappuccino. So,
Hi, Clifford.
so we'll make a couple of things a cappuccino, and then I'll have a whiskey while I cook the steak. Now, this isn't a total waste of time. We're actually letting the steak warm up to room temperature right now. I like to get my Indian raw sugar down. I like to get everything ready to go. Let's turn this on.
Greetings from Barksdale, AFB, Louisiana. Taps will play here in 15 minutes. Always gives me goosebumps.
Barksdale Air Force Base.
Thanks, Cody.
Apparently, I'm a complete retard, and I left the. Oh, that's no good.
What'd you do? Oh, did you leave the grounds in there? Oh, you goober.
All right, I'll get it cleaned out.
Hey, Jack.
Hey, Jack, could you give me the milk out, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll get some milk.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Milk.
So, Roxy, how long have you been playing trumpet for now?
4 years. I mean, 3 years.
Hi, Roxanne.
3 and some.
You still enjoying it?
Yeah.
Cool. I love hearing you play, kiddo. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, it is.
So, you guys, I'm no master cappuccino or espresso maker, but I make a little mean cup of this, and the wife seems to like it. So it's a nice little thing to do before and after dinner sometimes. So the kids, you guys had the day off today, right? How was it?
Good.
What'd you do all day, Jack?
Sucked my thumb.
Sucked your thumb.
I heard you played a little guitar, right? Did you guys play a game of chess?
No.
So you practice your guitar?
Yeah.
I had an employee years ago called Child Protective Services on me because the kids were down at the factory on a day off.
You're around knives.
Yeah.
Kids are around knives.
He ended up being the guy who sued us for all sorts of wrongful things. Just a horrible human being. And it was all, you know, said we were doing all kinds of horrible things, which we weren't. Anyway,
He's just a little cuckoo.
he was a little cuckoo. Yeah, I feel sorry for the guy. Anyway, this gal shows up, hands a card discreetly to Amy, and says, "I'm from Child Protective Services. I'm here about reports about you endangering your children's lives." Says they're around firearms and where they can have their heads decapitated. Remember that?
Oh yeah, yes.
And I was like, firearms? They're around firearms? That's crazy. Everything was locked up. I said, "Listen, lady, I've got an FFL manufacturing license. Everything is categorized. Everything is locked up. It's more secure here than anywhere." "Well, do you have firearms here at home?" I said, "Well, no, I don't have firearms at my home." Anyway, she asked a bunch of questions. And we were, I don't know, would you say thoroughly, I was trying to keep Amy on a short leash. I told her, I said, "Hey, listen, honey," I said, "I don't believe in the group you work for. I'm sure you do some good work. I don't believe in the government. I don't acknowledge your power over me. I hate everything you stand for, but if you're worried about my kids, they're at home right now. Why don't we head over to the house and we'll check them out." She says, "Well, I can't leave without seeing the children." I said, "Well, we'll go by the house. Let's see what they're up to." She says, "Well, the children are home by themselves?" I go, Yeah, she's 11 and he's 8. And I said, "Will you leave them unattended?" I go, "Yeah, it's a day off school. Sometimes they're down here. Other times we have them at the house. We don't want to have them down here bored out of their minds all day or at home alone, unattended all day." So we come down here. I didn't say anything. I didn't call the kids or anything. And I told her, I said, "Listen, let's not spook out the kids." I said, "We'll just say that maybe that you're a friend of mine and you want to see the house or whatever, and go through and you just talk to them, ask them anything you want." So we got here and Jack gave her a tour around. We got here. Roxanne was painting. What do you think? Were you drawing?
I was doing something.
You were doing art. You were in the art room doing some kind of art, I thought.
Sure.
So
You were running around the house cleaning it up.
yeah, so they were doing something. She was like cleaning, and Jack was doing, I think he was reading in the back room.
Legos or something.
Yeah, he was doing Legos. So she comes in, walks into the house, kind of looks around. I said, "Yeah, come on in, walk around, sit, check the place out." Jack walks up. "Oh, hi, I'm Jack." I said, "Hey, Jack, this is a friend of mine, a friend of your mom's. She just wanted to see the house. She was driving by, so we told her to show that." Okay. He gives her a tour through the house, into the art room, in where they're playing music, and the gal, she says, and I put a little thing of raw brown Indian sugar in there. I like it, at the bottom. I said, "Yeah." She comes back out. She says, "Well, I've never been on a call like this. I don't even know what to say other than I'd like to move in here. And I'm really sorry, and we'll never bother you again. And this is a closed incident that's clearly someone harassing you." And she left, and that was the end of it. What was the point of the whole story?
The guy.
Oh, the drool, yeah, that's right.
So Tyler says, "How did this guy pass your interview?" I remember he had interviewed a few times. He was just...
We needed a guy for the job, and he interviewed several times for the job. And then he made up a crazy story that was impossible. And nobody cared that the story was impossible. All they cared is that he had started a fight with me during his review and got fired.
Oh, the one, yeah, the OSHA complaint, yeah.
Not OSHA, it was National Labor Review Board.
Oh,
NLRB.
yeah.
Lovely bunch of communists. So let me, now I'm going to make some steamed milk here, you guys. And you know how this goes, a little pattern in the top. I'll hand one over to Amy. I'll take one for myself, and then I'm going to dive into the steaks.
I'm going to have to chuck one out.
She did want to move in.
Sounds like an animal squealing.
Jack.
So, I kind of like this nice little spot where it foams up. I know you guys, you're used to having the cute little girls at Starbucks do this for you.
The baristas?
The baristas.
It smells so good.
I just get the milk to foam up real solid like. It's kind of fun. This is always a nice thing to do when friends are over, having dinner with us or whatever.
Greg's coffee shop.
Greg's coffee shop.
And I get a couple passes and I feel the outside. You don't want to burn the milk. You know how it goes. You guys all know how to do this. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just having fun.
Roxanne. Nice. Oh, let's get a closer look.
So I'll pour the
I want to feed it.
milk in there,
Some good
milk
foam.
in there.
Need some good foam. I want some good.
Oh, it's so good. But it tastes horrible.
Doesn't taste horrible.
Yeah.
Now I do mine to look like a little nuclear explosion. Everybody's different. I can't exactly do. I couldn't do my coffee to put like a little gay flower in it, although I think that would be lovely. Just not my style.
Let's go.
And a little biscotti.
I'll have milk with a biscotti. Because you can make an M.
So
You could make an M.
That's pretty easy. It's simple.
listen, you guys get your own goddamn cappuccino machine. All right, wife. So now you can go over there and film and let me cook here while we suck this down. All right.
All right, on
Let's see how it is.
some steak.
How about some salut?
So,
And I'm gonna start cooking. Anybody out there saying hello?
oh,
All right. So first things first. Let's get some.
Roxanne, little spoon for my
Don't need any of
cappuccino
that.
to stir it.
Let's get a little kosher salt going here. These steaks are just a little cooler than room temperature, and I get more salt on there than you think you ought to get on there. What are you monkeys doing in the background?
I'm getting some milk.
Ha, Travis Boardman, your kids are growing like weeds from your videos a couple years ago.
Yeah. Isn't that funny? You guys get to watch my family grow old and up on YouTube and Facebook.
It's like the Truman Show.
I'm getting
It's like the
chocolate.
Truman Show.
I'm getting my chocolate on.
So, I like to drop a little fresh cracked pepper on these sometimes. Only thing about this, when you do this, you don't want to lean over them while you're cooking them, because that pepper smoke, as it sears, will make your eyes water. Just do a little light pepper on them, not much. I really go for the salt. I'll show you a couple of tricks. You guys are going to dig the shit out of this, because I do some different stuff with steaks that you've probably never seen anybody do before. And it's not that big earth-shattering, but I am telling you, Amy, we've been around eating some steaks, right?
Yep.
And how is it?
Very, very good.
So I like them pretty dry if I can, so I'll drop the flip over here.
Oh no, Mark said don't forget the shrooms this time.
Yeah, you know, we were just looking at the mushrooms, and they didn't make it. I think, well, yeah. So I'm going to salt this side. And as you can see, I don't know, Amy, if you can get in there with the camera, it's more salt than you think.
Apparently you're one badass motherfucker, Greg. Otherwise known as a BAM. That looks good. Those are like Fred Flintstone steaks.
Now, guys ask me what kind of meat. Sometimes I do prime, and lately I've been on a little bit of a kick. How good can I make a choice cut? And honestly, I just didn't feel like spending the money because, you know, even though we got a couple of shekels to rub together these days, a little different than when we first got married, I still, you know, work pretty hard for what we earn, and I don't like to just piss it away. When I had all the guys here for the Centurion Club, we had primes. All right, so if you've got so there's like 3 different kinds of pans to do this on. Okay, you could do it on a thin, regular frying pan that comes with your pot or pan set. So that would be, say, something like this guy, which you'll see in kitchens, and this works fine. You could totally do that. They're kind of a bitch to clean, and you get hot and cold spots in them. One of my favorite pans I've ever bought for cooking steaks is, believe it or not, it's a Walmart cast iron. And this does a great job. It works great on an induction stovetop and does a lovely job. Problem with it, because it's so low, it just makes a god-awful mess. So this is pretty standard when we get home. This is kind of a pretty standard Medford thing here, as I'll come in and start whooping something up. Sometimes Amy cooks I don't know, what percentage of the time you think I cook, Ames?
Well, lately more. Probably like 50% of the time now.
Yeah. I'll come in like I just got in a little while ago. What time did I get in? About half an hour ago?
Yeah, probably.
Got in at 6.
6:15.
Left here at about 6:15 this morning, maybe. Yeah, so pretty typical day. We'll get the heat up. I'm going to use a Le Creuset pan that we've got here. So this is a cast iron pan. These are, I believe, made in France. It's got an enamel coating on the inside and the out. It's got all the stability of a cast iron pan, but it's got some cleanliness and ease of cleaning, and it doesn't leave rust spots because it's coated. But I throw a little salt in the pan. I put it on 7. So a lot of times you want to cook at your highest temperature setting. When I'm working with a cast iron pan, I drop it down a few points, or you will just smoke your friggin' life out. So I'm cranking it about a 7, and we'll have this thing warm up a little bit. Right about the time I'm ready to put the meat on, I'll put a little bit of sesame oil. And I kind of keep the different oils out that I use all the time. The oil I use the most is olive oil. Second most is sesame, vegetable very, very last, and then white vinegar and balsamic vinegar. I usually keep all this out right here on the counter. Once it starts cranking up, I'll give it a very light coating of sesame oil, and you'll see it start to ripple from the heat. Just about that much.
Doug's snoring.
Yeah.
I like to get a little coating all over because you don't want to, when you get the nice sear going on your steaks, you don't want all this beautiful seared skin or crust on the meat getting yanked off by your pan being sticky.
What do you think about electric versus gas?
Well, I've got electric, and I didn't think I liked induction, but I really, really like induction. You can control the heat amazingly, and the cleanup is really awesome. Gas grills are cool. They look like a kitchen. A lot of places are using induction stoves now, induction stove tops, because you can control the heat so well. The gas ones, they're great. They look cool, but they get so dirty down inside. They're just nasty, and then they're hard to clean. This thing, you just throw some 4-9 on it, wipe it off, and you're good to go. So while we wait for this to heat up, we finish our cappuccino.
And then Clifford asks, what does the salt do when you lay it down like that?
Well, I could be totally deluding myself, but I feel like it keeps the meat up off the pan just a little tiny bit. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it seems like I get less stick, and I get that nice seared crust on the meat when I put a little bit of salt in the pan in addition to what's on the meat. You know, the stuff that's on the meat, it starts to dissolve with the fluids that are in meat after it's been sitting for a few minutes, but this stuff stays pretty hard. Now the salt splashes outside on the surface of the stove and makes a little bit of a mess, but no big deal. The steak is usually worth it.
Yes, it is. It's very tasty.
All right.
I think everybody agrees they like induction for sure.
You know, we've got gas here. They just did an induction stove. Okay. I'm looking to see the oil. I want to see the oil shimmer in the light a little bit. So we're not quite there.
Getting there. So, what was, you were busy at work today, right? What was so
Holy
crazy
shit.
about work today?
Well, you know, we had Raj there working on the
Oh yeah.
software, so Samantha was taken up. The guys on the machine shop were they're having a hard time getting enough parts to get to the machines because that's going quickly, so they run out of stuff. Then the machine, they're like, we're running so fast, we can't keep, we can't make enough parts, or we can't keep the machines running because we're running out of parts. And I'm like, well, then how come you aren't making your numbers? Anyway, it was just typical challenges as things, how it is you just shift the organism. All right, it's time. Get the fan going because we're going to need it. Kind of squish it down there, get it on the grill. You know, you've got a fillet in a New York on a T-bone. And if you get these cast iron pans, you want to run them a couple points lower. I think on a 10-point system, I usually run them at a 7. So we do this, and we may do some, what do you want to have with dinner tonight? You want to have asparagus or salad or what?
I'm always a fan of salad.
Do a little salad?
Yeah.
You want to pick a salad out, Roxy?
Sure. Where are they?
We don't always do it, but we've been doing a lot of these prepackaged salads lately, and it ends up getting you a lot of salads combos that you wouldn't normally do on your own. It's pretty funny.
I think Tuesday night's going to be our night to do cooking shows.
Why do you say that?
Because I think Thursday night people probably go out or...
Oh, is everybody dead right now? Maybe
Yeah.
the show sucks.
Maybe you're kind of boring. You need some whiskey in you.
I need some whiskey in me?
Come on, Medford. You all fired up on Tuesday.
I wasn't fired up, was
Well,
I?
the last time we had a video and you poured your whiskey, you were fired up. It was a good
That's
one.
because I'd had a rough day.
I need to smack you around a little bit.
Maybe I need you to get over here. I'll go run the camera.
Hi, Billy. Billy.
Is that Billy Bussy?
Yeah. I need to talk to Billy. Got some stuff for him to do tomorrow. Uh-oh, low battery.
Cooking off a little fluid here. I like to keep it dry if you can. If it gets wet like this, it's no bueno because it hurts the skin you're trying to grow. Trying to grow some skin on this steak. Roxy, you want to pick me some whiskey?
Yeah, sure.
Do we need to show Greg a meme? Get you worked up?
Oh my God.
Thanks, Tyler.
Somebody got in my shit today about something, and I was like, delete. I just deleted it. No. Get that,
Yes,
get that-
Jonathan, we do have an electric guitar.
that blue label.
Mostly acoustic, right?
Mm-hmm.
You should play guitar.
I suck at playing guitar. These guys don't want to hear that.
Actually, I play guitar.
He's not ready yet. We're not ready for an audience. You know, I had a rock and roll period up in Seattle where
Want me to get you a glass?
Get the Star
Yeah.
Trek ball out.
Glass?
yeah, I'm gonna get the Star Trek ball out. Anyways, I sear the crap out of them, you guys, and then I kind of keep an active flip going.
I'll see if we have any
We do.
ground
I just
ice.
put it in there.
Now it's already got a little crust forming on the next flip. As it dries out, I'll even get more crust. And that oil keeps it from sticking on there. It doesn't smoke too badly, as you can see. Guys, the girl's trying to pump some booze into me. Look at my daughter here getting me all drunked up.
Cappuccino and whiskey.
You asked.
What do you guys think of the Wakasachi project? You check that out?
Massage. Is that your
I did a little video on it. You don't
Oh,
know.
you did?
Yeah, it's my little, you know, the little Wakasachi.
Yeah, yeah.
Anybody, you guys like the little Johnny Walker Blue label?
Mm-hmm.
This is the good stuff, right?
Is that the best of the Johnny Walker?
I think they've got some crazy reserve.
There's black, red, blue, and then there probably is a higher up than that.
I just know I drank a half a bottle of that at SHOT Show this past year, and I was wrecked. That was the night I was out really late.
The Chacho?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I'm like, Jesus, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Where is it?
I don't even remember where I was. I mean, I do know where I was. I was drinking.
You have cinnamon on your mustache.
Do I? No, no.
What is-
That's milk. I'm two-fisted drinking.
I saw a little powder right on the tip of your mustache.
Mm.
Whistle pig? What's that? Is that some booze? Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Daniel says, I like the whistle pig line. I don't know what that is.
Oh,
You're
don't
not?
know.
Connoisseurs.
I'm gonna go play piano.
Go play piano.
You guys, you gotta have your favorite tray. I've got the tiki tray. This is my favorite cooking tray.
Hi, Holly. The tiki tray.
Who's that?
Holly. Wakasashi is awesome, Cody Moore says.
I think Cody started in, I think that was Cody. This is totally cheating, you guys. I do legit salads too, but not after a 12-hour day making knives. But if you want to know what modern life is like as a knife maker, you whip up some food, you whip up some salad, and you don't quit making just because you get home.
What's in? Give me a treasure. She's gonna grab. That's a short one though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's check the steaks out now that they've been cranking a little bit. You'll see they'll start to get a nice skin on them. This one's got a little nice brown here. Oh. Oh, this is starting to come around.
Yeah.
It's kind of like every minute or two and I do the tops and the bottoms. You know, some guys like to cook all the edges of the steak. I love to do that too. But I cook the top and the bottom because I can see from the side like kind of how the cook's coming along. And towards the very end, I'll sear the edges all the way around to give it that yummy, crusty one.
Let me plug it over here. Why not?
Wow, could not do this anymore. Give me that plug. Give me that plug.
What? I'm putting it right
Plug it in right there. All right, cool. Let's see how the blue label is. It's horrible. I don't recommend it to anyone. Man. My friend Mike Valenti piped in there the other day. He was watching a video or something.
Really?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
I don't know. I haven't heard from him in years.
Mr. Mom, right?
Did the class reunion with, I did, you know, like my, I don't know, whatever that was, 25 or 30 year class reunion. The reunion with my best friend in high school, the reunion's 2 miles from his house. He doesn't come. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So.
Big ass steak.
That could serve us.
So what's fun about this, you guys, is it's a little bit of like a challenge for me. Can I take a choice steak instead of a prime steak? It's a regular grocery store cut. I didn't go to Costco and get the best. I was at the grocery store shopping late last night, so Amy wouldn't have to. Like yesterday was a long day too, and I went home. I went grocery shopping. I picked these up. They were on special.
You went to Fry's, right?
I did. Checking out, see how Johnny's doing. What'd you do today, Ian?
I mostly did invoicing.
Really? All day?
Lots of emails. I've been doing lots of emails, a lot of customer relations stuff.
I had a lot of customers pinging me. If you guys noticed on our website now, I've got the Haymaker chat app. So you guys, when you're on there, if you're like, what's PVD? You can just live chat with me and I'll answer you right while you're doing it. It's been kind of fun. I'm trying to decide how long I'm going to do that for.
So you were on there a little bit today?
Yeah, I was. So we're just starting to get that skin that I really, really like on these steaks, you guys. So, you know, like if you really want to have an epic New York, buying it on the T-bone is not necessarily the way to go. But there's something about cooking it on the bone. It's more flavorful, and it's more flavorful. I think it's got more flavor going on, and I don't know. There's something about cutting those pieces off the meat. I think they pull some extra flavor that you don't get when the meat's already been removed. I really like that.
Yabba dabba doo.
You see a little splatter. Sometimes if the splatter bugs you, where's my screen at, Amy?
Bottom drawer over here, underneath the Hello, fan. Hello.
You can also get one of these trusty screens. These are pretty cool. You can lay them across your grill and it catches all the splatters. And then it's got these little feet so you can set it up here and you don't get grease on your counter. I don't use those as much because, well, you know, Amy cleans up.
Nice.
Kidding. No, I don't use them as much because I like to kind of flip the meat a lot.
You like to handle the meat a lot?
I like to toss my meat a lot.
Lordy.
Roxanne paying no attention to your father. What's new, right? I'm gonna lay this piece up here and let that cook a little right there. Now, pretty quick here, I'm gonna throw some butter in the pan, and we'll do some garlic on top of that, and some herbs de Provence, and the butter will pull some of those flavors into the butter, and then we'll flip the steak and spoon some of that butter across them, and it really pulls that all into the meat there really nicely.
All right, I'll tell him, Clifford.
We're all out, Papa.
What Clifford say? I got her involved.
He missed Jeff's call.
Jeff was trying to call you at the end of the day. So, yesterday I'm working on planning for 2019. I was pretty deep into it. And I had talked to Jeff in the morning. I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but I pulled a bonehead move. I was like, Jeff, house, mine, dinner, tonight. Because he's a bachelor, you know, he's got a girlfriend and everything, but she lives on the other side of the town, and he's a bachelor. So he's, you know, he eats out and does all that. So I'm like, I come over, have a home-cooked meal. So he shows up 6 o'clock. I'm still at the office, cranking away.
I'm here. I'm like, hey, Jeff, what are you doing?
He's like, 6 o'clock, right? And I was like, oh, shit. Amy calls me up. She goes, hey, are we supposed to be having dinner with Jeff tonight? And I was like, oh, my God. Fortunately, Jeff's as much of a workaholic as I am. And Jeff was like, boss is working on 2019. That's more important.
Well, we should make Medford steak knives.
The what?
3D or 154 CPM?
154, yeah.
220, 221. Whatever it is.
How much did I was like 230 pounds when we started this
Yep.
adventure, right? So I was 230 pounds. What was that? About 3 months ago?
Probably 2 months ago?
Two and a half
I
months
think
ago.
I don't know how long we were into it.
Anyway, we started doing just meat and vegetables. I didn't want to do a diet. I just wanted to settle into just a more healthy style of eating, and really just a lot of caloric restriction. It's time, guys. We're gonna.
So Kyle stopped in my office tonight, and he was saying, you know, occasionally if you plateau, have a couple high carb days, and then go back down and trick your body, and he says you end up. I don't know. He says you can trick your body.
Well, I believe you can trick your body. I don't think you can trick my body. I think my body likes being fat. He says while cooking 4 pounds of meat. Now, while that butter's melting there on the pan, I'll drop a little. I'll drop some fresh garlic into that.
Ooh, yummy. That's looking good.
And this is where it really pops. I got one more thing I like to add. I work in a little truffle salt here in a little bit. And this truffle salt, guys, will light your shit on fire. This stuff is fucking fantastic. I mean, oh.
You need some herbs?
You know, I'm gonna go without the herbs de Provence tonight.
That's right.
Alright, so now, let's go get that butter and that garlic cooking down here real nice. Get this cooking here. Roxy, give me a big spoon out, would you? One of the bigger of the regular kitchen tablespoons.
Keep going left. Left. One more over. There you
Regular
go.
spoon, right here.
Oh, sorry.
I said regular kitchen tablespoon.
It said bigger than the regular.
I said regular kitchen tablespoon. It's on tape here. The guys heard me.
It's bigger.
Yeah, you said bigger.
Yeah, there's two. There's little ones and bigger ones, and the bigger of the regular kitchen tablespoon. Come on, you guys. Now you get to see what kind of an asshole I really am, everybody.
Cool, pal. Let's see what
All
you
right.
got.
So we got that going on.
Nice.
That'll start cracking, and then we'll flip. Before we flip them, the tiniest little pinch of truffle salt.
I was watching a little bit of Gordon Ramsay tonight.
You were?
Yeah.
What's Gordon up to besides being abusive and yelling at people?
He was eating food 6 of the times when he had food he liked. Oh my god. I'm gonna be eating soon.
Now, you guys, I like eating steak at Peter Luger's, and I like eating steak at Ruth's Chris a little bit, Chicago style. I've been to a lot of good steakhouses. One of my favorite places to have steaks is, I can't remember the place in Philadelphia. But this little sauce that I've got here going, a little bit of this truffle salt, and these steaks are just about done.
It looks so good.
These are a little bit bigger. I'm used to cooking little petite fillets. These will be yummy, huh?
Yep. My mouth is watering.
Mine too.
So, well, I don't have any wacky stories today. I think we blew our nut on wacky yesterday. Yesterday was wacky as fuck. People talking shit. We did bury Nathan Hatcher. We did bury the hatchet with Nathan Hatcher, which was actually pretty nice.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I'm glad he was.
I am too. I'm glad he called up. He was such a gentleman. And then, you know, I don't waste this, man. When you've got this kind of stuff going on in your pan, I highly recommend pouring it across. Getting some of that jus or whatever you want to call it on the steak. We'll let them rest for a minute. We'll get the salad going here.
I don't know if there is an official recipe, Carl.
For the steaks?
Post the recipe.
There's a recipe.
Well, I just showed everybody how to do it. Now these steaks, they're a little bit wetter, and I'm not too sure why. I prefer them not so wet. I like a dry petite fillet or a dry New York, really, really dry. So the best way is to leave them in the fridge with the wrapping off of them overnight so they start to dry out. And then the next day cook them and let them sit out for 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So we're going to have a little Southwest kind of spicy salad here. Roxy, you want to start setting the table, please?
Yes, sir.
And then I usually, like they do at Peter Luger's, I like to cut the meat up and put it onto a little platter or something.
I don't think we've done horseradish.
No, because I usually don't do prime rib.
You know, I don't think we have, we do have one reseller in Australia. But he's not in Sydney, I don't think.
Sydney. I like Sydney. Played tennis down there when I was young. I liked Australia a lot. We got an Aussie online?
Yeah, Stuart, while I'm here, I might as well ask any dealers in Sydney.
Hey, Stuart. We had a dealer down in Australia, didn't we?
A long time ago, it was Platytac? Platypus?
Platytac, that's right.
And then recently, we still have Cutting Edge. But they're, I thought Queensland.
Queensland?
Yeah.
I played tennis down there, and then got a pass on a mail train. Kind of bummed around a little while. I thought the girls were really friendly. The way I think Americans are to Australian boys who come up here with their Aussie accents. I think it's so charming. I thought the Australian dudes were kind of chauvinistic, which was cool for me because I'm kind of a Neanderthal, so I seemed real gentlemanly, I heard. It's pretty cool. I had a great time while I was there. And I said, if shit gets real in the United States and they lose their mind, I am moving to Australia.
What do you want
I
to
thought
drink,
it was
Papa?
great. You know, I'm just going to stick with the whiskey. Thanks, sweetheart.
What do you want, Mama?
Probably a cold one of these.
Raspberry?
Yeah, raspberry.
So I like taking the bone out, you guys. Everybody, and someone's going to say, oh, he said taking the bone out.
So, Stuart's saying he's carried a little fixed blade for 3 years and hasn't had any issues. Now, I remember we shipped 3 knives to a customer, and it was the fixed karambit that they seized.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that. What about the guy who was like a carver, a wood carver?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah,
He
we
was
did
gonna-
the Tree of
He was
Life.
going to send us a carving gift or whatever.
Oh,
And the guy was like always contacting us, and then boom, just boop, disappeared.
yeah.
That's what happens with everybody, isn't it?
I think
So-
he had his tie seized,
Oh,
taken
really?
away from him by a
no,
policeman
it was a
in the
legal
park.
thing, and then he got it back because he showed that he was a carver. Because they
Well,
said
he
if,
was working on getting it back. Did he get it
yeah,
back?
he got it back. He got
Okay.
it back. So I go through, guys, and I generally I do this a little bit like at Peter Luger's in Brooklyn. I like to kind of slice it up into some chunks, and that way everybody can kind of look in and see what they like. And everybody who likes a little bit more well done, or likes a little bit fatty, or likes a little bit more seared, they can kind of dive into that. And then, you know, really I try to keep the stuff that's, you know, the New York that's maybe a little more flavorful and a little tougher. I'll try to keep that all on one side, and then I think that's the tenderloin part I keep on the other side. And we'll just cut this up.
All I know is it looks like excellent steak and eggs steak.
Oh my god, yeah, I love T-bone for steak and eggs. Probably a little overcooked because it's thinner than I'm used to. How's that? Is it ridiculous or what?
So good.
Awesome. Well, there's not much to it, guys, and I'm sure a bunch of you out there are grill meisters. I think the addition of the butter and the truffle salt at the last minute, I really think it's a nice addition overall, and I really like the garlic in the butter. I think that makes for a lovely combo, and by the time all of that soaks into your steak, it's just delish.
I don't know. Are you ever gonna do kitchen knives?
No. I mean, am I ever gonna win $1 million? You know, I'm not planning on it. You know, my thinking is that there are so many people who do that really well. It's not necessarily a space I feel like going into and getting my teeth kicked in. As a novelty, you know, maybe, but it's just not my style to jump in where everybody's already kicking ass doing something great. I got into knife making because I thought there was something I could do better. Not better than everybody else. I thought there was a thing, a way, an approach that I could do it a little bit better. Call it arrogance, whatever you will. That's where it ended up.
That's good.
Do you have a piece? Mm-hmm. You got that bright smile on your face. Mm-hmm. Well, guys, so I recommend, just in the grand scheme of things, I recommend a good woman a good whiskey, a firm hand to have wonderful kids. We'll set the table while you're cooking up some meat after a long day, making cool knives, and a great bunch of hooligans like you who like cool stuff. And it couldn't happen in a finer country with a finer bunch of countrymen, left, right, and everybody in between. And it couldn't happen under the coolest brand that waves across the entire planet, the red, white, and blue. Pretty spectacular. Enjoy your evening.